Good evening and welcome back to the Mancunian Way. My name is Martin. I'm your host. We'll be joined shortly by a few people, hopefully. But, excuse me, we'll get into it. I hope you're all having a lovely evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in the world. Hope you are well. Right, let's get into it. Villa 1, City 0. I get everyone's angry. I get everyone's had a head loss again, from my understanding. Everyone's shit again, from my understanding. Yeah. But let's get into it, and then we'll get into it all. Sam says, games on Pep, wrong lineup, wrong system, dismantle working relationship, formed over the past few months, needs to get Memouche and Cherky in the team. Yeah. Call it what it is. No scapegoat in that. Bournemouth at home is tough, but will be a scrappy W. But Liverpool week after will be another crucifier. We are shit, and we're going to win fuck all. We sent our best winger to Everton. Oh, you mean the one you all said was shit and you wanted to get sold? Oh, that one. Cade, what's changed with you and Bob now? Bob, Doku, Savio are all below the standard we had when we won things. I don't see anything improving until they don't play. Oh, well, that's his game over then, Ander. I agree with Harry. Sabinho is poor. He's so poor with his end ball. So we're going to have another Savio crucifixion day. But Bob is even worse, and off for zilch. Oh, so Bob's bad as well. Jesus. Katie's so right. Grealish is a million times ahead of Doku, Savini, and Bob. What GA did he get? Blues give it. Also, Bennett Joy also did their job. Which one is it? Oh my God, what Marie? That was just me. Ed, I think hopefully will be joining us soon. I blame the manager on the setup and the players on effort. Too many players didn't show fight and mentality. Savino out, Sabio out. Bob as well. Savino shit, Bob shit. Today was 100% on Pep, totally agree. Pep playing round as a sixth suicide, yep, totally agree. Foden was poor. I thought he was okay, don't think he was poor. As were the wingers, midfielders. Midfield was poor. We reverted back to Turgid last season. It's all on Pep. Unnecessary change in alien system. I wouldn't say it wasn't, as we played better today than we did last season, but we were dog awful last season. Bob and Savino conversion. Don't put Doku in the same conversation with Bob and Savino. Why? Doku getting assists and goals. Why change the winning formula? Pepper's the new Tinkerman. Tepid all over the park. Reinders needs time. I know there is a good player in there, but right now he's neither performing as a solid player or a good creator. Evening goal, Mark. How are you? Adam gets Sabinho out my club in January. He's absolute shit. Not good enough to be a Manchester City player. We need a right back and a right winger who can score goals. We were absolutely shit today. Anyone says any different, you're just happy clapper. Like I said, people's opinion, Adam. Stop policing the fan base. I gave Sabinho all last season. He only scored 3 in the whole season. Not good enough. If we don't keep him out of the team, we'll be lucky to make the top 10. Jesus. Adam, you need to calm down. It's 1 loss in 10. Sabinho is not the only reason City lost. He wasn't our worst player today, but some players are protected. Sometimes you have to give the other team credit. I'm in a really bad mood. Don't start talking shit. Adam, stop policing people. Adam, you need to relax. It's Sabinho's fault. City didn't win. This is what happened more than a season. When did I say it was fault? But Sabio, he's the problem. I would take 39-year-old Stephen out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Toys out of the pram. Come on, you are going way too far now. Anyway, give him another season. I told you it was going to be anger. Why are you keeping Doku, Cherky, and Mamouche on the bench? Because Doku's been shit for the last 3 games. Let's not pretend. Cherky and Mamouche, I agree with. Headless and Pep. I want to be seeing some rants later about this is unacceptable. Again, stop telling people what to say and do. Bells. Shocking lineup from Pep. Totally agree. No physicality in midfield away from home once again, and weak wingers like Bob that give the ball away every time they get it. We are really Highland FC. We need Mamouche and Cherky to start and help out. We need Reiners and Vonnie to step up and help out. Adam, you're very close to going in a timeout, mate. Told you this. Have an opinion, but you're not going to abuse people. Goonham, all the Arsenal fans are here. Level and points for United, absolutely grim. Okay. 9 games in. If a petition happened on Sabinho, Cade, we're not doing that. This is where the hate online begins from. You know, when people are doing death threats to players, this is the shit that causes it, mate. So behave and grow up. He's one of the best players. We are in big trouble. 1 loss in 10 and the title is gone. That's the problem. 1 loss in 10 and the title's gone. Okay. By the way, we only had 1 big chance. We need a right winger and right back in January because there's no to create. On Savio and Doku, they got plan A, but no plan B, and that's the problem. You wear players half-assed today. No. Harry, no. Can't be saying they're not arsed. Every time we lose, we can't just go, the players weren't arsed, mate. Jesus, come on. Doku kept with his BS dribble and cross into Cash like he cannot think. Che can play right back because what I'm doing is fine. So summer get Semenyo in January. Why would Bournemouth let Semenyo go in January? What are we doing here? The whole team doesn't have a plan B at the moment. If Haaland is slamming, no one else is stepping up. Cherky right back. I won't be surprised if Bournemouth beat us. Jesus, now we're getting beat by everyone now. Bro, give me Cherky right now. Cade, why would I don't know what's going on anymore. This is 1 defeat and fuck me. Jesus Christ. Some of you, seriously. If Nico G doesn't start next weekend, it's the same crap. What's happened to Bob Cade? Semenyo doesn't fit in this team. He's not the runner. I swear you were raving about Oscar Bob like he was Oscar Messi and untouchable because you got a photo with Bob and Nunes. What's changed? City lost the game. Tottenham, you can have Sabinho for free. Hi, everyone. Disappointing result. Don't think Ryan should have played the 6. Spot on, Lee. Spot on. See what I mean? Can we do analytics on the game? Can we look at the game instead of just he's shit, there's shit, that's shit, there's nothing analytical in that. Come on. Oh, Rodrigo, you mean this guy? Whoopsie. Yeah, 7 games, no goals, no assists. You wanted that guy. Yeah. It's almost like people want names. They're on the front of the old FC 26. So let's get our dick out and have a wank with them. It's crazy. No, totally disagree with you, Briggsy. I think you are totally off base there, mate. To say they didn't try today, mate, I think is a little bit. I think you're doing toys out of the pram, in my opinion. I think you're doing toys out of the pram there, mate. We can't be doing this every time we don't win. They don't care. And that's what you're doing at the minute, Ara. Every time we don't win, you come out with, do they not care? And we can't be doing that. We got beat because Pep fucked up the team, mate. End of. We lose one game and that's it. We're going down. I love it when the real strong personalities give up 9 games in. 9 games in. Semenyo has a release clause, does he? What is that? Well, we'll see, won't we? What's the release clause? And tell me where you heard that from. Get Sobierski in. Yeah, he'd be a great player. Will Arsenal win the league? Nope, because it's October and we've still got 7-8 months of a season left. Doku, Sereno and Bob for me, we don't put in enough output in crucial moments where this team isn't well. I would look for a winger in January this summer. They will look for a winger. Yeah, totally agree. And I totally agree they need to improve. It's the selling for free, get him out, blah, blah, blah stuff I'm pushing back on because, anyway, I'll go into it in a minute. I'm just going through all the comments in a minute. Playing Riders in a 6. Yeah, that's spot on. Those are the mistakes we need to talk about. Gabardio was poor today, yes. Thank you. Someone's mentioned it, and I'm not calling him out. I'm not slanging him off. I'm saying what I saw today. Josko Gabardio was poor. He needs to go back to left centre-back, not left back. I don't know why O'Reilly was kept out of that team today. Not even overreacting, but games on Pep, wrong. Like, spot on. Now, this is facts, in my honest opinion. The game was on Pep. Pep chose the wrong lineup. Petrov was mint, Sean Wright Phillips. I got a message earlier, someone went, Leroy Sané instead. I said, we're going back 8 years. We're going back 8 years again. Sharp performance, that Villa team ain't even that good. Guys, hold on. The crybaby tissue's running out rapid. My name is Happy Clapper, and I made just a clap all together now. Big up, mate. No, good win. You good win. You deserved it. I hate this ringing debate. Whole front line of midfield was poor. No one is talking about Reinders. Spot on. He was poor today. Sad day, Martin. Very sad loss to shit Villa. Guys, we weren't going to win 38 out of 38. I wouldn't trust Josh Gabardio to be my bodyguard. I mean, not that bad either. Bloody hell, Harry. So it wasn't that bad. City were not shit today. They were just offering nothing. No, that's a great point, man. But I don't think we were shit. You don't create 15, 16 chances and be shit. And Villa did nothing other than the goal. It was quite a poor turgid game, actually, if I'm honest with you. Evening, how are you? I don't understand the romance in the former players like Palmer and Grealish, who we all forced. Yep, you know what? We did force them out, DC. We were better once we had a deaf mid in there. Yep, I would agree. I have a Savino agenda, but Bob was miles worse today. Someone's asked me about Ozzy. Ozzy's fine. Ozzy had some family issues last week. Ozzy will be back. He's been doing stuff on Instagram, but he's having some time out to look after his family. He had a family emergency. Everything is fine. He's not left. Everything's hunky-dory. Why is Savino playing for 80 plus minutes? Why play Bob? Why change things? Bernardo passed it. He should be coming on the last 10. Shaking his start games. No creativity around his poor team selection. Martin is a loss is at the start of the season, pal. I don't get what you mean by that. We need trying to get Mamouche alongside Haaland, bin the wingers. So you want Pep to go to 4-2-2. Which is fine, but I don't think he will go to 4-2-2. Great City Sports on the show tonight. The title race will go down to the last game of the season. I'd win it out this title race at all. 6 points is nothing, and we've still got Arsenal to come to our gaff. Yeah. Not panicking. It's too early, in my opinion. We knew there was going to be bumps in the road. Spot on. Bobby's not City level. I think I was deluded. We can't start to panic. I don't have a clue what Mamouche and Cherky have done to get locked over the time. They're being eased back in, mate. That's all. 50-50 game was lost by a left-footed shot in the million by Cash. Did Serino wave his arm up, foot the City man to get told and get to what? I don't get what you're saying there. Elise isn't coming just like, I don't get where this Elise is coming. Yeah, there was interest. But I'm not sure he will come, you know, because there is no release clause anymore. There's no release clause anymore. So, yeah. City putting a shift today. We just came up short against the Villa side. That was phenomenal in defence. I don't know where the rest of the lads are. Don't know where anybody is. They were all coming on. Foden back to being shit, but that's KDB. Foden back to being shit. Foden's shit again now. I'm going to make a note of all these players, by the way. Thank you, Martin. Asked about Ozzy. No worries. Last season, Liverpool in the league while having 4 losses. We already picked up 3 losses, really concerning. Bob lacked conviction. Plays like he's scared to make a mistake. Game was too physical for that midfield that started the game. Oriano, thank you for becoming a brand new YouTube member. I appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that very, very much. When I can find it. Hey, where's it gone? There it is.
I'm emotional. I mean, this is a dream come true. All these guys deserve. All these guys around here.
Let me just see where everybody is. I don't know where everybody is. I'm just seeing where everybody is because I thought. Whoop, no, wrong button. Right, okay. Right, let's get into it, and then we'll come back to the comments. Game was too physical in midfield. Right. The starting lineup today, I think, was the issue. Now, we did get beat 1-0 by Villa. City lined up Donnarumma, Mateus Nunes, John Stones, Ruben Diaz, Joshua Gabardio. Reinders in the 6. Bob, Sabinho, Foden, Bernardo Silva, and Haaland. On the bench, Nathan Aki, Ryan Cherky, Jeremy Doku, Nico Gonzalez. Apparently was out with a metatarsal. Yeah. Mateo Kovacic, Rico Lewis, Oman Mamouche, Nico Riley, James Trafford. Now, Villa, they went and lined up with Martinez, Digne, Torres, Konsa, Cash, Anana, Kamara, Buendia, who got injured quite early on, unfortunately. Rogers, McGinn, and Ollie Watkins. They had Barkley, Bizot, Bogard, Matson, Malin, Mings, Lindelof, Sancho, and Gassand on the bench. Now, obviously, I think when that lineup came out, there was some that was a little bit not sure about that. I'll be honest with you. The Nico G was, they don't think, listen, I presume there was people worrying. So I think they were going to use him as a sub and just see how it went. You know, if you get 2 or 3 up, maybe you don't need to bring him off the bench, give him that little bit of extra time. But obviously, they did need him. Same with Nico G. Nico G had started and pulled up within 35, 40 minutes. Fans would have said, well, why did you start him if he wasn't fully fit? So one thing I will say is you're never, ever going to get fans to agree on that. That's always circumstances. What I didn't understand is why he chose the back line in the midfield. For me, personally, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Now, I'm presuming, looking at it, I don't understand. I would have put John Stones out and put Gavardio in and put O'Reilly to left back. I don't see why you changed the back 4 that has been very settled, very concrete for a long time. The midfield, I'd have played Kovacic in the 6. I didn't get the Tijani Reinders in a 6. I don't think he's a 6 at all. I don't think he's a 6 at all, Tijani Reinders. That's not me calling him out, saying he's shit or anything. I just don't think Tijani Reinders is a 6. AC Milan fans used to say the biggest concern on Reinders is him defensively. So when you're seeing him in a 6 role, I worry. Doesn't mean he's a crap player. He's been here 12 games. But, you know, one thing I've noticed, and this is throughout every fan base in all of YouTube football now, we're very reactionary, and things have to be done ASAP, right here, right now. Yeah, you've seen it with Liverpool. Mo Salah has become their version of Phil Foden now. Mo Salah went from being the best player in the world to now selling, get rid, he's shit, blah, blah.
Everyone, I thought you were about to say Kyle Walker, Martin.
Pardon?
I thought you were about to say Kyle Walker.
No, what I mean is everyone goes on, and what have you done for me lately? It's what you've done for me lately, and what you've done in the past, bollocks to that. And I get it. You know, you pick your prize, choose choice. I personally would have played Cherka. The Sabinho thing I understood because he just got man of the match. He played quite decent. I understood that. It was the right. I would have played Cherky over Bob. I don't think Oscar Bob's done anything to deserve a starting place right now. Sabinho at the time had. He's had 2 assists in the last 2 games. So, yeah, he deserved it. The Sabinho thing, I think, has just, he's become a scapegoat. And it's not even about him, whether he's good or whether he's bad. There's this belief that this bid came from Tottenham. No bid came from Tottenham. I'm going to say this again. No bid. There was a discussion. Even Tottenham fans, Ed, me and you talked about this. Even Tottenham fans have said they never actually bidded for him. There was no cold hard cash put down.
Yeah, you just have accounts like Tommy, though, you know, putting stuff out there. So
I don't, but this Tottenham have admitted they didn't bid for him. So why? So someone's lying then somewhere. I told you all 5 weeks ago. I've been told Pep was the one who stopped it. And hey, presto, Pep comes out and admits he was one of the main reasons he stopped it. Because everyone's going, go and get me Rodrigo. Again, Rodrigo's played 7 games, 0 assists and 0 goals. But because he's a name and he looks sexy on front of a FIFA computer game box, we'll go and get him. He's great being a clutch player in a game every now and again, but where is he when he's available? Savinho has more G&A than Rodrigo this season in less minutes. Let me just give you that little stat. But you were all wanking away with your dicks in your hand over Rodrigo because his name is Rodrigo. 7 games, 0 assists, 0 goals. Stop telling me because he's a name. Jesus Christ. And then the other thing that amazes me is listen, was Sabinho good today? No. Does he deserve to start the next game? No. But come on. All I would say is, you all want Rodrigo. You want all these great players. Go and look where they were when they were 20. And now it's go and get me Elise or else. Wow, I said this to Elliot the other day. Why would Elise want to swap Bayern Munich for Manchester City? Seriously, why? Did Bayern Munich not want to win the Champions League?
Well, Martin, I think it's more complicated now. You can't just say that because there's been a lot of top players that have left Bayern Munich that gone to other top players.
Ed, I'm sorry. I think as a fan base, we've got this arrogance that we can just bid for anyone and get anyone.
No, yeah, I agree.
We're not Real Madrid, mate.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that one. It's just that I think there is a craving by the fan base to get top players, and at the moment in time, all the top players are our top clubs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So unless we have to go to a top club to get a top player out, that's why they're not easy.
No, it's not easy. That's not an easy deal.
And then the sad thing is they want to go and get players who are not in form out of their clubs. And I agree, it wasn't great today. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it was as poor as many are seeing. And I agree, it was Pep's fault today. But does that mean he should be sacked?
No. Anybody seeing the sack Pep is just doing the most, right?
Oh, well, Cade earlier wants to do a petition to get Sabinho out.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. We've lost our minds.
I know for me, let's go through the lineup, right, Martin? Let's go through the lineup. I don't know what you've been talking about before.
Yeah, but we're just at that.
For me, I think we were all on show saying, right, that the hardest decision at the weekend was going to be what Nico was going to be able to give you and how you were going to navigate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have to just say a spade, putting Reinders in the 6 when we already saw it didn't work in the Club World Cup against a combative Aston Villa midfield was the wrong decision. And on top of that decision, the way we pressed isolated him in that 6 role and made duel winning and second ball winning very difficult in the first half because Bernardo was pressed high, Foden was pressed high. So any long balls over the top or going into midfield, you isolated Reinders. I mean, it was him and John Stones, but none of them were duel winners to that degree in the midfield. And that's why I think that's why the first half looked the way it did in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, and that goes to Pep in the staff. But then for me, for Aston Villa to play on Thursday and for them to outwork us and outrun us is unexcusable. I feel like they fought more than us. They ran around the pitch faster than us, and that for me was hard to see as a City fan, knowing how important this game was for us in the title race. So I think all sides need to look at themselves after this game and see how we can move forward.
People said don't get the Nico G. I do. I actually get the Nico G why I didn't start. I totally understand why he didn't start.
Yeah, but Spartacus, okay, not the full team didn't play in it, but Ollie Watkins played in that game. Buena, before he went off, played in that game, and they all looked like they wanted it more than our players. Paul Torres, who got a clearance off the line, played in that game.
You know that I agree. Now, what I would have done, I'd have played Kovacic today.
Yeah, Kovacic. For him not to see the pitch, I thought was kind of weird.
I will never get used to seeing Sabinho play. But here's the thing then. Here's my thing. If people are saying Sabinho's not good enough and Bob's not good enough and Doku's not good enough, then we might as well give up the season because then you've got no wingers.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is Cherky has to play 70 games. Because let's go back 5 games, 6 games, 7 games even. When Mamouche played on the left, everyone said Mamouche was crap on the left. They did not. People say Grealish was crap. Now they're saying, see, the difference is way Grealish is playing for Everton is not the way he played at City. People low block against us. They don't against Everton, with due respect. How is it a crime? I don't see. This is what we're being silly now with this. People didn't think Nico G was going to play today. Gavardio doesn't like playing left back. Sabinho was horrendous. No need for a meltdown. We'll be fine. People can have a meltdown. I just think, I think people are doing they're just angry. And when emotions are high, you blame everything. And everyone's always going to go back to last season. That was night and day compared to last season. Villa Park last season and Villa Park today was completely different games. Last season, we could have got beat 5, 6, 7. Today, Villa didn't have chance like they did last season.
No. No, that's not.
So let's not do this. It was the same as, because it wasn't. This is what I'm saying. Savinio can't shoot, save his life. Fine. Then that, you know what, Bells? I get you. Then he has to go on the training ground and learn that then.
Well, let's be
to be
honest
with you, Savinio was the one who hit the shot that was cleared off the line in the second half.
Yeah, by Paul Torres. That was our really only, besides that and the Holland one by Bernardo, were our only clear opportunities that we had in the game.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Savinio had one of the best chances in the second half that was cleared off the line from Savinio. I'm telling you, Savinio has just become the scapegoat of the fan base. So I'm sorry, people going about. He wasn't the worst winger. I'm not saying he was great, but he wasn't the worst winger either. But bro, I probably agree with you. But then back to my point is, does every manager rotates at this time of the season?
Yeah, and John Stones actually got into some good spaces, but I'm not expecting my center back to know when to shoot and when to pass in those situations, because there's a couple of times he got the ball on the edge of the box and they actually backed up off of him, but and then he tried to force a pass through instead of taking a shot, which I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna expect my center back to take a shot right there, unless like Bardio. Bardio is the only center back that I want to take shots around the box.
What was Bobby doing starting in lineup? He's a cup player.
But everybody wants Bob to start. Everybody wants our academy players to get minutes. We got to make up our minds, Chad. We got to really make up our minds about
this is the problem. No, people don't make up the minds. Because all it was in the season was Nico G wasn't going to play. He wasn't fully fit. Now all of us, by the way, you do know he only trained once yesterday. Hence why he started on the bench.
Hey, you gotta listen to the doctors. You gotta listen.
Yeah, this. I mean, everyone becomes a doctor. Everyone becomes a professional guy. They all know what they're doing. Doku's been shit for the last 3 games, but now everyone wants Doku to play again. Then I don't know anymore. Seriously, I think people are just panicking now.
Right, we still have to keep our heads, right? We still have to keep our heads, but like I said, it doesn't get any easier. Bournemouth is not going to be an easy game.
Yeah.
And I actually felt like our back line, and let me tell you, man, Donnarumma kept us in that game.
Ryan, this is a day when I'd like to spend the best part of 200 million average midfielders. Okay.
Well, he was playing.
Fabinho, though, has been shit from day one. Got man of the match against Villarreal, mate.
Why did you think he didn't play Kova today, Martin? Do you think there was because he played during the week and maybe coming back, he didn't want to?
I think he's managing minutes, clearly. I would have played him. My big one is Cherka. I would have played Cherka on the right.
Especially if you're going to bring in Nico G for the first half, you could have gone Kova first half, right? And then Nico G the second half if you're... Yeah.
Every time he plays 6, he looks like that. Bobbins, Cambridge taking out, so it's K. Cherky's mal better than Bobbins. What's Savinio done?
Yeah, I think we all thought. I mean, we all thought Savinio would play, right? I don't think that was.
I don't know how good Cherky is on the wing. I've not seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. And when he came on, he was in the midfield. He wasn't even on the wing.
Yeah. Savinio was only good against Spanish teams. He ain't made for the Prem. See, this is the worst thing. Fabrizio, I'm starting to wish he'd shut up now. I'm starting to wish he'd shut up because Savinio gets everyone hyped. Sorry, Fabrizio gets everyone hyped. He gets everyone going, and there's no confirmation of anything. And then everyone blames the club when they've never even done any what Fabrizio's saying. Fabrizio just needs to shut up. Thank you. Spurs
Martin Freeze.
inquired. No bid was made. Sorry, let me move to my Ethernet.
Okay.
Go on, mate.
You know, I just think that, you know, you know, there was some. I thought Foden. I know Foden. I thought Foden actually did decent today. I'm not going to say he was bad. I thought he was decent.
I don't think Foden was bad.
No, I thought he was decent. But it's like we had to find a way and this is what we've been talking about for the last few weeks. We need to find a way to put 90 minutes together, because Foden, a lot of times he only has these half performances.
Ahmad, there was no 70 million. See, this is what I mean. Everyone just believes Fabrizio. Jesus. Amazes me. Sorry, go on. It just amazes me.
No, I'm just saying we got to find a way, because you could clearly tell the difference when we went back to our style of play that we've been playing with in the Prem. When O'Reilly came on, when Doku came on, when Nico G came on, you could clearly see, and from then on point, we were on top. But we got to find a way to have that consistently over 90 minutes. Because a lot of people are going to point out, against these top 6 sides or teams around the top 6 sides, we are struggling at the moment. We're struggling.
Rodrigo has 38 GA in the UCL, Martin. Where's the respect? That's his whole career, mate. That's his whole career. What do you want me to do? You do know Rodrigo's about 27, 28, don't you? And you're comparing him to a 20-year-old.
I thought he's 24, 25.
What, Rodrigo?
Yeah.
He's a lot older than that, you know? Rodrigo. No, he is actually. No, you're right. He's 24. Mm-hmm. And how old Savinio?
20.
20. He's younger than Oscar Bob.
What did you make of Oscar Bob today, Martin?
I thought it was poor.
Did it feel like we're kind of throwing him in there? You know, he hasn't played a lot, and is this the right game to put him in there? You know?
Savio's 20, by the way. We just looked it up now. Sabino's 20. 20 years old.
Yeah.
So Savio Moreira de Oliveira, commonly known as Savio, is currently 20 years old. He was born April 10th, 2004.
Yeah, so April he turns 21, yeah.
April 21. Adam Quinn, he could play shit for the last 4 or 5 games, but Sabio's had one bad game. All of a sudden, he's no good. Wingers are too glued to the touchline. There's no passing move like robots. Hey, great. Get me a lease set. Listen, I'll have a lease, but you've got to. How much you're going to spend, and would Bayern Munich sell him? You just say what suits your narrative, Martin. Rodrigo has more tight on his left bollock. Okay. Rodrigo again, Amar, 7 appearances, 0 goals, 0 assists. Stop wanking over your FIFA boys. Jesus Christ. When did we become young players going to be inconsistent? Neither are good enough. At least he's the man, unreal baller. Martin, Sereno, Doku are all substandard. It's Bournemouth next, for fuck's sake. Jeez, I feel like wrapping up the season at this rate. Scrap the wingers. Let's play 2 10s and 2 strikers. Got to be Cherky, Marmouche, and narrow wingers next game. Fullbacks and wingbacks to provide width. Come on, Kelly. Bobby's our best right winger. No one would leave Bayern for City today. Are we in a position to give your wingers that much time? Well, who else do you give the time to, Dash? Because Cherky's only young as well, isn't he? How old's Cherky? Cherky's 22. Again, I don't want to be the guy I told you so, but do you remember when you all wanted a youthful team? Bring me Juma Bar, bring me Kushinov, bring me Victor Hayes, bring me Echeverri, bring me all these young lads. We're that, innit? Exactly, Briggs. Everyone believes everything that gets put out on Twitter nowadays. We have a right to expect better than shit players like Savinio, Bob and Doku, all fucking useless. By the way, Bayern have the best win record in Europe. They won exactly, so why would he want to leave? At least he has everything at Bayern. Yeah, unless he wants to come back to England, we can't offer him anything different than what Bayern Munich can offer him.
Yeah.
So what, like Ed said, made a great
point. The manager.
Yeah, all these players you want to go and get are either at Real Madrid, Barcelona, City, or at Liverpool or Bayern.
PSG, yeah.
Who are they going to swap for? See, no, Fabrizio did not say he's coming to City Bells.
He said City was looking at him. That's all he said. That's all he said.
This is what amazes me. People believe what they want to believe.
He said interest. He didn't say are going to get him, all this other stuff. He said interest.
Our right side isn't good enough. Nunes. I see Nunes is getting clacked. What's Nunes done now?
I thought Nunes was decent today. Wasn't his best performance, but he was decent today. I think that, and this is what I was saying about the press. I think that the press really exposed our fullbacks, and you saw him a lot of like having to defend one or two players at times because of the space we were leaving due to our pressing.
By the way, just to let you know, the transfer window doesn't open for another two and a bit months. So I don't know why we're all talking transfers.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do now for 2 months.
And let me just say this one thing too. Omar Marmoush, please learn how to stay on side. That's the only complaint I have about you. Sometimes you're a little offside, a little too much.
See, to me, it was more on Pep than it was on any individual player today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Today was on Pep. Pep chose the wrong 11.
But see, man, I thought he changed it with enough. We had enough time. When he made the changes, I thought we had enough time.
Donna and Diaz, Villa weren't peppering our goal that much.
No, their main opportunities came from set pieces.
Yeah, well, come on. What are we doing here?
They're fitting crosses horribly today.
Just so I'll let you know, they had 9 shots. They had 9 shots, 3 on target. City had 18 shots, 4 on target.
Yeah. They weren't.
So I don't know where people are saying that, like, Villa pounded us.
No.
Because they didn't.
No.
Again, that's another thing, just making up.
Yeah, Donnarumma came out, collected the ball, did a very good job back there, wasn't he?
Right, DJM, this is my question. We need goals from other areas. Semenyo would help that. Right, who says what Semenyo's doing at Bournemouth he'd do at City? Because Grealish was scoring. Savinio was scoring. Again, this has been my argument for a year and a half. We don't play in that way anymore. And if I hear Sterling and signing, it was 8.5 years ago. We've won a treble since then, doubles since then, 4-peats since then. No one was moaning about it then because, again, when you're winning the trophies, you don't moan. Okay, no, but I'm not having that. That's not a joke, though, mate. That's not a joke. That's not a joke, that was what started the Edison shit last year. I'm only joking. Nah, I'm not pulling that one anymore. It's like when that's like someone having an opinion and they go, well, it's my opinion. It's freedom of speech that I called this person, you know. There are people, and this is not at UK, but I know this, Ed. I was watching something the other day and someone said I can say racist things because it's freedom of speech. This freedom of speech and it's my opinion has become the biggest excuse to get away or to try and get away with whatever you want to say. There's a difference. There is free speech, but there's no such thing as free speech without consequence.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the chat. Sancho had a good opportunity, but Donnarumma, that's what you expect from your goalkeeper. Donnarumma did his job, you know, like
They gave the green light in January, February last season. Anyway, big up Blue Out. Arsenal play with 4 defenders, 2 made some wingers that track back. I mean, first half, I thought we were okay. Took a bit, you know, very good finish from Matty Cash to finish that off a set piece. Was a corner for you. By the way, I wanted to talk about the penalty incident penalty because I thought it was a penalty all day and I've seen it back.
when?
Today, the one on Gavardio.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
That was a penalty all day, by the way. Penalty all day.
Can you describe what happened?
Well, from where we were, I've only seen it back on the TV. From where we were, it was basically there was Morgan Rogers pulls him and clatters into him. So I thought it was a penalty all day. I wish I could get it up, but I can't get it up because of copyright infringement.
Yeah.
But for me, it was a penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, in short, Alicia Rumours is just that, rumours. I will never forgive Soriano. Okay. But it was poor. We didn't have the tempo nor the mentality after conceded. We only played much quicker when it came to the other 50 minutes before was shocking. Foden was shambolic. So much experience in the squad, still plays like an academy. No, he don't behave. Disagree with that. He wasn't great, but he wasn't as bad as people are saying he is. Arsenal on scraping wins, lads. They aren't running away with it. Long way to go. Another goal, another set piece.
And we still have to play that he had, you know, and there's still a long way to go. But you know, you gotta take advantages sometimes, right? Like,
I agree with you, Seb. The midfield was the problem today. It was out muscled and out strengths.
Yeah.
That was on Pep. But then when I look at the bench, I'm just presuming then, because I'm just looking at it now. I'm trying to look at our defensive. They won 18, that we won. See, our winning tackle rate was only at 57.1. Was only at 57.1.
What was theirs?
Theirs was 61.1. That win tackle percentage, right? They won 18 tackles, we won 14. Sorry, out of 14 tackles, we won 57.1%. Out of their 18 tackles, they won 61.1%. We had more successful final third passes, more crosses. They had more long balls than us. That was the other thing is, why did we go back to the tick-a-tacker stuff today? What was that about?
Yeah, it was the system we were playing, Martin, with John Stones going into the midfield.
You did that for the midfield we were playing?
Yeah, because John Stones was inverting.
That's what I mean. I don't. Yeah, this is what I mean. I prefer the quickness ball over the top.
Martin, we saw a clear difference when we went back to our Stones.
O'Reilly and Nico G came on. Yeah, that's why I said he should have started Nico G. Gavardio looks 1,000% better at left centre back than he does at left. He looks like he doesn't want to play left centre back, left full back.
Martin, in the interview he just did, didn't he say, I'm glad I'm back at a centre back position? He said that.
If Nico G is fit enough for 40 minutes, why can't he start? Because the doctors may have said he can only do 40, 50 minutes. We're not doctors, Amar. We can't do this because he's there.
No. That's what we're saying. Kovacic. Why didn't we utilize?
Yeah,
Kovacic?
we were saying Kovacic should have played instead of Reinders in the 6 and then push Reinders to the 8. I totally agree with you, Man City recap. Pep was the reason. But here's going. We have got 5 home games in November, which is good. Aston Villa ran more than City. They didn't actually. We actually covered more ground than them. Factually, vibe. We covered more distance than them.
Chat, what I mean by what I was saying earlier about it, I'm talking about the physicality, and I'm talking about the intensity they played with. You saw they had a purpose and a plan, and they were executing it. And across the pitch, we were not ready to meet the task at hand.
Just to let you know, Aston Villa covered 113.54 kilometres today. Manchester City covered 117.26. Now, here's the other stat. This is where you've got to be careful with stats, vibe. Walking, Aston Villa were walking 33.64% of the time. We were walking 30.83% of the time. Jogging, we were higher in jogging and we were higher in sprinting. So, no, everything you just said there, vibe, is actually statistically incorrect.
Well, Martin, I just thought that if he was going to play that way, I thought we were going to be a little bit more compact to not have to leave runners in those situations. But the way we just press, I didn't understand it. I didn't really understand the press as well.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Because we have idiots running our club. Oh, so you want the board out now, Amar? Amar wants the board out now. Well, who's saying the good? Yeah, people just flip flop. Yeah. It's fine. We will still win it all. Listen, I still think we'll win the league. By the way, I have found that he is actually getting divorced. He's got divorced. I didn't know that. He has actually now got a divorce.
Wait, who?
Pep from his wife.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is now actually divorced. In the first half, Villa ran more and muscled us around the pitch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Maybe first half, but not overall.
Yeah, that's why I meant the first half. I was talking about the first half.
Both wingers were crap. I would agree with that. Yeah, we were much better today than last season.
Oh man, Ndiaye. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see him play today against Tottenham? Come on.
This is what I mean.
Come on.
Because he was great last week. Do you know what I've noticed, though? There are some people, and I'm going to name them. I don't care anymore. There are some people in this chat who, for the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, you've not heard a peep from while City have been winning. City lose, they all come out. So here's my example. Now, I won't be able to be honest. Tell me why some people only come out when we're losing. Because I will name and shame people. I don't mind. I'm going to start naming and shaming people. I never said Torino was great today. They had lots of chances to say they didn't know. They had a few set pieces, LB.
Yeah, set pieces.
But City had more chances than them. You can't argue with facts. Big up, by the way, to Stephen. I know you're an Arsenal fan, mate. Come in peace. Big up, Martin and Ed. Arsenal winning the league this season. I know it's only October, but my chest is out. Respect to you guys, though.
Hey, man.
Well, listen, you do. You're the better team, but I think City will win it. But I'm going to tell you, there are people in this chat who have only appeared when we lose. When we're winning, we don't hear sight and sound here.
Yeah.
Because some people are only happy when we lose. And that's sad. Really sad. And I agree with that. They should stop pissing about with Gabardio. You should be as loud when we win as you are when we lose.
Yeah, I mean, because even with the system we played, we had Nunez as a right-sided center back. I'm like,
So there you go. Are you still there? There, did we go? I've lost you. Hello.
I'm here. Can you not see me?
Yeah, I've got you now. You just went all quiet then. You went
No,
all
I'm
quiet.
I'm just over here thinking, Martin, because we got to go back to the drawing board.
No, do we though? Do we need to go back to the drawing board?
What I mean drawing board, I'm saying we gotta think of some different ways.
That shot Pau Torres played. No, it wasn't. Piss off. Don't give me that crap, Amar. Amar, don't do that to suit your narrative because it was Savinho. Don't lie, Amar. Don't just downright lie. You are becoming a hater, Amar. That is hate now. You are blatantly lying to suit your narrative now.
We gotta find a way to get
Sunderland or United will win the league.
We gotta find a way to get Omar and Cherky into this team, man. We really do. Maybe not both at the same time, but we gotta get one of them into the side just to give us a little bit more quality in the final third. Because I just felt like in the final third today, nothing was coming off. It was like block shot FC, crosses hitting the first man.
Sorry, he is actually 21. I don't know why Google said 20. Still younger than Bob, though. So if you're going to make excuses for Bob, come on, play the game. Here's my thing, though. You all gave Doku 3 years. Nah, he's garbage.
Martin, we all know summer and everything like that. That's all this Seville thing is. But you know what I want to use Swansea for, Martin? I want to use Swansea as, if you want to get into this first team, prove yourself against
Cade, right, stop. Cade, I'm going to say this. That is a Facebook rumor. Stop believing Facebook. Stop it. Right? Because I know the one you're talking about, and we're not going to do that. Stop it.
We're not going to even talk about it. That's not.
It's on Facebook. This is what I mean, Cade. You are believing bullshit stuff, clickbait stuff that is on Facebook. What worries me, Cade, that you're believing stuff that gets said in Facebook. Jesus, Cade, come on. No, he's actually got a divorce now. He's actually getting a divorce. If Pep played the same tactics and we lose today, what? I don't get it. Veal had the better chances and wasn't even close. Well, statistically, that's wrong. Pep's the state of the dots said it wasn't a good idea to start Nico Jake there. So they're following the doctors then.
Martin, I would actually disagree with you on that. I think Villa did have the
Bob
better
ACL injury. Bob didn't have an ACL injury.
No, he broke his leg.
Broke his leg.
I thought Villa did have the better.
There was no ACL injury for Bob. Broke his leg.
Yeah, I thought Villa had the better chances today, in my opinion, just from the quality of their chances compared to ours. I thought those were better. And honestly,
listen, today we were poor. I mean, Alan's put in the chat, I'm winning my bet. Do you see what I mean? Because everyone's looking at the table. I'm going to show you the table. Do you know how frigging thing?
We're not in a bad position. We're 5th.
Yeah, we're 5th. Arsenal are 22 points. I get it. Fine. Bournemouth are 2nd. If we beat Bournemouth next weekend, we go above them. Tottenham, 1 point above. Sunderland at a point above. United level. Liverpool are 15. Villa are 15. I don't get it. We've played 9 games. There's 29 games left to play.
Yeah.
Alan's winning his bet as it stands.
We will get Champions League right now. What are you talking about?
Okay, now. If the season stops now, we get Champions League. So no, I won my bet. Because the bet was City wouldn't get Champions League.
But yeah.
You know, I don't believe what we're doing here. This is crazy.
Well, how
This
did you
is
feel about
crazy.
Holland's chance, Martin? Do you thought he could do better? How did you feel about that opportunity?
Which one?
The one by Bernardo.
Yeah, I think he could have done better. I think he's fine. I know he took a knock in the post, by the way, after when you were talking about earlier after Mamouche. Then he was offside. Alan, I know what he said. He said Champions League's top 5.
Yeah, he said
All right.
Champions League. He didn't say top.
Said Champions League, Alan. So please don't. I understand you and Alan Lover. Martin, we can only afford 4 losses to win the league. We've already lost 3. I think this season you can afford more than 4. Aston Villa have only lost 2. Does that mean they're going to win the league? Is spreading gossip about players' families helpful? Do you think? Exactly. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Some people are just... Listen, this is the problem now. What we want to do on this channel is analyse the game. Don't want to talk about what happened 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. At the end of the day, today was on Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola was at fault because he chose the wrong team. Simple. The wrong midfield, and he chose the wrong back line. Nico G was not fit enough to start the game. That has been confirmed. I don't know what people are going on about. That could be the same with Cherky and Mamouche. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Doesn't matter who's top in October. All City have to do is stay within the pack. Stay within the pack and we will be fine. I don't see Sunderland fans and Bournemouth fans thinking they're playing Real Madrid next season. Good luck if they do. But my God, we give up at the drop. Do you know what the annoying thing is? I get it. We weren't great today. I totally agree. And big up to Villa. Well done, by the way. But here's my thing. People have waited for the first chance. First chance to snap. Because for the last 8 weeks, you've not been able to have a go at the team. Are you Manchester City fans or what? Seriously. Because I do question some people.
Yeah.
This was coming. No, it wasn't. And why are you watching? We said it for weeks. Alan said it for weeks. You know what, Alan? Take your nose and go and watch Alan's channel. Doesn't have one. If Alan told you it was raining outside, you'd believe him. Jesus Christ. Grow up a bit, people. One bad defeat and you're crying like it's last season. Jesus Christ. We're behaving worse than Liverpool fans now when they're on 4 losses on the bounce. Grow the fuck up. We've just won. We've been unbeaten in 9 games. First loss in 10. And people have lost their shit. Football isn't for you if this is the case. If this is the case, football ain't for you. Because if you think we're going to win 38 out of 38, we're not going to do that. Yes, let's analytically look at the game today. We were poor. I've said it's Pep's fault. We chose the wrong midfield. But he's crap. I've said this for ages. I told you this was coming. I don't need to know how small your dick is, people. So stop stuttering and fluttering and let's talk analytically like proper people. Jesus. Can we have an adult discussion? Blame him, blame him, blame him, blame him, blame him, blame that, do that. What the fucking hell? The only one we've not had is we blame the kit yet.
Some people did blame the kit.
Oh, fuck's sake. So we blame the kit now.
Say we had an awful performance and an awful kit.
We're blaming.
I seen it all today, Martin. I seen it all.
We as it stands, are worse than the start of last season. Yeah, because we didn't lose a game till November. It was our best start ever under Pep. And then we went on to do 1 in 14. So I'd rather watch the Segway showing better than watching Savinio. That's why you wouldn't survive being a City fan 20 years ago, kid.
The only thing I would say about Savinio today is that he has to get a new move in his arsenal.
You know what? I'll be honest. I'll be honest, Ed. I think Savinio needs to move.
No, come on.
Not even because of that. I think he needs to move because some in this fan base are going to hound him out because they now think bullying is the way forward. One more loss and Alan is right.
It sounds like you want us to lose, Alan.
He does want us to lose because he's probably wasn't a City fan. He was only a City fan because of Alan.
Well, that's a bad start.
Yeah. Listen, if you're taking your analytical viewpoints off Alan, then seriously, mate, we need to have a chat. Big up Alan and all that, but Alan's football analytical viewpoints are not always the greatest, pal.
No, here it is. Here's this. He's shit.
Yeah, he's shit. He needs to be British. He's got to have a UK passport. I love Alan to bits, but come on. I would have just liked to have seen more attacking 11 today. Totally agree with you. And I said he fucked up the midfield. I'm blaming Pep. I'm blaming the midfield. What I'm not going to do is go through each player one by one, come up with their personal issues, come up with blaming them and we're now the worst team on the planet.
Okay, Martin, what did you think was good about today? Do you have any positives from today?
I don't think there was. Listen, the only thing good I would say was Ruben Diaz. Thought was outstanding again. Yeah. I think he really has turned his season around.
Yeah.
Hang on, I've got to address this. Lose to Bournemouth, we are 10th. If your auntie had balls, should be your uncle. What's your point? I can only put some maybes here, Alan.
I thought Donnarumma was also very good today.
Donnarumma, very, very good. Thought Nico G when he come on, broken nose and all, very, very good.
O'Reilly was very good.
I will say, when O'Reilly and Nico G come on, I thought we were a much better team and we were pushing Bill about.
Oh yeah, we were on top from then on. From that change, we were on top.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're the positives. I think it was much better than last season. Anyone comparing that to last season didn't watch last season's game.
Oh, they were all over us last season. It was bad. It was embarrassing last season, actually.
Yeah, I'm starting to think this guy is Alan, you know.
You think so? You think that's just like...
I'm starting to think this guy is Alan. Let's all relax and realise we're watching a team that just isn't at the same level as ones we've had. I don't think we'll ever get back to that level. I don't think we'll ever get back to the treble winning team because that was very, very special.
We got to stop using the treble as like a benchmark. A treble shouldn't be.
That's all anyone does. We need to get back to where we're never going back there.
Yeah, treble it shouldn't be your benchmark. You know, let's go to late when we won it 4th in a row. Let's use that as our benchmark. Let's use times we won leagues, not trebles. That's not fair for guys.
It's crazy. It's crazy. What's crazy? Where's my phone gone? Spartacus wants to come on. Hang on.
Did you think even Haaland today? I thought Haaland was decent. I thought he held the ball up when he had opportunities to hold the ball up. I thought he linked the play very well when he had opportunities to do so. And he gave his body for that chance Marmoush put up there for him. I just wish Marmoush was on the side. Because it seemed like did he hurt his groin? Was that his groin he ran into the post?
So I'm just looking for Spartacus's thing. He did send me his number, but he's not sent it me now. On, carry on, run the show. Come on, get our show running. Run the show, Ed. Come on, Ed.
Oh, sorry, I was just
Marcus, DM me so I can send you the link.
But so I thought, you know, and that's why I like to see what Marmoush and Holland, you know, on the same pitch. I think, you know, Marmoush can find him and does have the quality in the final third to either, because I felt like at times too we were hesitant to shoot in the first half. I felt like Foden had an opportunity to run into the box and take a shot. Instead, he tries to lay it off to Bob, or Bob gets into the box and he's scared to do the shot. And it sounded like we were just really too reluctant, or just we were trying to make the perfect goal, or we were trying to do all this, you know, pass around the box when somebody just needed to take a shot in the first half at times. And I think that's what Marmoush does give you. So that's why I'm really intrigued to get him back in the squad, because he can, you know, he has the quality in the final third.
Then and accept being absolute third from now on. Then what?
We're talking about when we won leagues.
We're talking about when we won leagues, eh?
Not trebles.
What? Okay, now. Listen, the simple fact is you can blame every individual again. Today was on Pep Guardiola and the system he picked. He picked the wrong players. Nico G was not fit enough to start. The doctors said he can only go so long. It is what it is. I'd have started Kovacic instead of Reinders in the 6. The wingers are the wingers. But I'm sorry, I think Savinio's become a fucking scapegoat because some of you didn't get your wankathon signing in Rodrigo, who is not scoring or assisting anyway. Big up, Jay, by the way. The simple fact is, I'm sorry, but you're blaming Savinio for other things.
Yeah. Even Doku, when he came on, he wasn't doing much better. If we're just gonna be honest, like he wasn't doing like, I wouldn't say Doku was here, Savinio was here. They both were having the same issues. They both were hitting the first man on crosses, right? Like, how many crosses did Doku put in the box that actually found a City player?
Doku's not done anything for 3 games. Savinio's just got man of the match against Villarreal. Do you know what someone said to me? It's only Villarreal. They were 3rd in La Liga. It's only Villarreal. Do you know the same people who kept saying, it's only Brentford. It's only Brentford.
Only Monaco until we...
It's only Monaco. It's only this. Do you know why? Because you've got an arrogant attitude that I think Manchester City rock up and smashed everyone 5-0. Listen, if you want to win 5-0, I'll get you a copy of FC26, a nice controller, and we'll get rocking. Win everyone 5-0 there, guys. We'll have a whale of a time. At the end of the day, the buck stops with one thing today. It was Pep Guardiola. That's it. He picked the wrong 11.
Yeah, done. I'm 100% with you on this one, to be honest.
And we move on. It happens.
Yeah.
But some of you have waited for the first defeat in 9 to do this. And then when City win, you go back under your little rocks again. And go, City are winning, so I can't moan. Never mind, you only sing when we're winning. Some of you only sing when we're losing. Some of you, seriously, go and touch some fucking grass. Touch it, don't smoke it, that's illegal. But what I'm saying is, go out and touch the grass. Have some fresh air. Have a little bit of a laugh. Do something. Get a girlfriend. Get a boyfriend. Man, I've seen better players in my local park. I bet you have not, Amar. I bet you have not, Amar. You have not seen better players in your local park. You have not. Do not lie, Ma. Do not lie. You haven't. Because if you've seen better players in your local park, they wouldn't be playing in your local park. You think players just end up at Manchester City? Okay, now. Man.
Spartacus,
Hey,
he
just
shared.
wait, I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, share your thoughts
Good
about
evening,
the
Total Sport and SparkCup.
Yeah,
Good
share your
evening.
thoughts about the game, and then we'll go to total sports. Go ahead, Spartacus.
I think it was. I have a very similar mindset to Martin. I don't think it was as bad as some people are saying, but I also think that Pep got it wrong. Not necessarily with the 11. I think the 11 could have still won the game, to be honest. But I also think that, and I'm assuming that that was an instruction, but I don't understand why the midfielders, instead of running into those gaps between the fullbacks and the centre backs, which is a very hard run to deal with when you're playing a mid block, instead of doing those runs, they were just standing their ground and just occupying that space. So I don't get why Pep did that. And that makes it very hard for the winger to do anything at all. That it's not a surprise that when we have players making those runs, our wingers play better. Look at Wolves. Bob was brilliant in that game, and Reinders was doing those runs. Look at Villarreal. Savio was brilliant that game. Rico was doing those runs. Look at pretty much any game that Doku played well. He had players making those runs in those gaps. That could have been Nico Riley. That could have been a midfielder in Phil Foden. But there was somebody making those runs. Today,
Spartacus, sorry to cut you off, but I think the position of Bernardo Silva kind of limited that because of where he was so high on the pitch.
Yes.
And the only other player, because of where Stones was inverting, Nunez couldn't go forward like he normally does because he's in a back three with Diaz and Vardio protecting that area. And like I said, Stones actually got the balls in those positions that you're talking about. But in these type of games, I don't think Stones has the passing ability, like you mentioned.
But I want the runs to be made when the wingers have the ball, because when the winger has the ball in the wide areas and the midfielder or a fullback does a run in between those two players, what it creates is a situation where the fullback and the centre back, they have to make a choice. And if the fullback and the centre back both decide to not follow the run, then the winger can pass the ball into the midfield or into the runner, and then he has the ability to do a cutback, just like Rico did against Villarreal. If the fullback decides to run with the runner, then the winger has a clean path to run into the box. Dangerous situation. If the centre back runs with the let's say Rico, because I'm going to use the Villarreal game again. If the centre back runs with Rico, then he creates the space for Savio to cross the ball into, and the midfielder to run into that gap. That's how the second goal is scored. That's how Bernardo gets a free header in the box. So if you have a player do that type of run when the winger has the ball, you create a lot of choices that the defense has to do, and every choice that they make has a dangerous trade-off that they're going to have to concede. And this makes the winger play a lot better. If you watch Bayern a lot, you're going to see that the fullbacks, they're constantly attacking those spaces for the wingers to create. There is always a fullback, a midfielder running into those gaps. And this is allowing the wingers to play very well. So I do think that that's essential when you play a mid-block especially. When you play a low block, it's not that important because then the winger just needs to be one man and he's already inside the box. But when you're playing a low block, it's very important to have those runs.
Yeah, and I thought we saw that when O'Reilly came on the pitch. So I think that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I think we saw the system change in how it was in the first half. It kind of limited us just because I think some of the position our players were taking up, especially when it had come to the press and the way Pep wanted them to be, I think really limited us in certain situations. It was
Yeah.
Total sport, man. Share your thoughts.
Hi, chaps. I mean, you know, I'm glad you've sort of given me a nice segue into what the points I wanted to make was. So the recent run we've been on of 9 straight wins, the early part of that, I'd say at least the first 5 or 6 games, the key areas were exactly what you guys touched on them. It was the fullback area, the attacking fullback area. But in particular, we had O'Reilly playing a lot of those games. And he was a massive part of what we did. So it's almost like we went to the back three, where you'd have Guardiola, you'd have Diaz, and then Nunez almost at times tucked in a little bit more, unless we had a game going our way completely where you push forward, but normally it's O'Reilly pushing forward. And as a byproduct of that, Doku's having a lot more success because he was able to cut in a little bit more because O'Reilly was giving that width on the left-hand side. And so it's a bit frustrating because I don't think there was an obvious terrible performance from any individual. It was more of a frustrating performance because it's quite easy and obvious to see where the selection wasn't quite right. And again, Pep leaves it late to make that obvious change. When it's so glaringly obvious and staring you in the face, O'Reilly should have been on a lot sooner. I thought Bob was struggling to get into the game. If I'm honest with you, like he had moments in the second half here and there, but in general, I thought he'd having a hard time getting into the game. So I would have preferred to see Doku maybe come on as well. I know some will say, well, he didn't really make much of a difference, but from what I've seen, when O'Reilly and Doku on that same side, on the left-hand side, it works. And I also want to say, Savinho, I want to give a bit of credit to him because him and Haaland, for quite a large part of that game, were the only two trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and I also think that, especially when you play a winger like Savio at the left side, you need to get front post runners in. If you go back and watch every time that Savio got the ball on the left side, the only option he really had was cross the ball deep into Haaland in the back post. But when you have a keeper like a Dibu Martinez who loves coming out for crosses, it's basically impossible to get that ball right because he's always going to come and collect the ball. So, very frustrating game. I'm with top spots on that one.
Yeah, and the only reason why I say Doku wasn't doing much better, I understand what you're saying with O'Reilly underlap, but I'm saying when he was taking his man and putting crosses into the box, they both were unsuccessful, in my opinion. I thought Matty Cash, for whatever people were saying before about him, did his job very well today. Very well against our
We lost last week and we lost 2 days. Carry on if you want. I'm sick of this shit, Martin. So what are you going to do then, Mr. H? What does that mean? You're sick of it? You're going to stop supporting? Well, I don't get, what does this mean? It's a very wild take, that. What does this mean? I'm sick of this shit. What does that mean? I don't get that. Explain what that. Yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, I'm still Pep out. Jesus. I'm still Pep out. You know. What would everyone rather we had a Malin Penza? Hey, what a player. Malin Penza. Martin, man, you got better wingers than us. All
no,
right.
no. What are we doing? They don't even have wingers.
He's right, Martin. What? You sick of this shit?
He's talking about Pep. He's talking about
Blue Out. When we lost last week, they went on 50k a week. Highland's on 700. No, mate. You don't stop supporting the team, good or bad, mate. You don't support just for the fucking trophies, mate. Come on. Let's stop this. Stop this. I understand Pep and the players and the club, yeah, but fans, you're here whether you're good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent, you're here. Yeah, I shouldn't let the chat with me, but they do. Someday.
I will say, that one loss does not define your season. I think we have to keep pointing that out over and over and over again. It's almost like people forget during the 4 in a row, during the treble, we actually lost a game or two here and there in the season.
We were shit up until February in that treble season.
Precisely. Like,
we were shit.
Happened.
Do you remember the meltdown after the one each at Forest? Get Laporte out, man. Get all these out. We were going fucking crazy when we drew at Forest that day. And we got beat at Tottenham and the 115 came out and all of a sudden we became unbeatable to everyone. So, I mean, Bernardo, 400k. Is he on 400k a week? I don't think he is on 400k a week. He's on 300k a week. And Bremo, the only decent, United are a great team now. They've won 3 on the bounce. So Liverpool are now relegation fodder because they've lost 4 in the back. See what I mean? We're going flip-flop here.
By the way, Martin, did you know that even in last season, we didn't lose 4 games in a row like Liverpool did?
Someone put, oh, what, I won in 14 starting again.
No, that's a wind-up. Come on, that's a wind-up.
In the Prem, what about with Jesus Christ? We limit them to one opportunity and they took it. We didn't take ours. We move on. Exactly. We were poor in the midfield. The midfield was the biggest problem today. Not the wingers, the midfield.
And the frustrating thing is that I don't think that there was any particularly bad, just as Stock Sports said, I don't think there was any particularly bad player today. I just think they were lackluster. And the final ball was always just a little bit bad.
There's no relapse. He's just, he'll be back. They're going to take the time with it. It was always going to be a long journey back for Rodri after that kind of injury.
My God, Teal, if you had to watch Martinelli week in and week out, you would not be saying this.
Briggs has put Andy Cole, Robbie Fowler. Yeah, Robbie Fowler. Shame we didn't get the real Robbie Fowler. Cunha, United are above Liverpool. We are level on points with Amorim. And right, okay, I get it. Sane at 12 had 10. Sane at 12 had 10 goals. What? Sane at 12 what?
Savio had more than 10 goals and then 15 assists at 12. So what are we doing here?
What does he mean, Sane at 12? I don't get it. What does he mean, Sane at 12?
Yeah,
if he means 12-year-old, I think Savio had more goals than that in a season.
Cade, explain what you mean by that.
Oh, he said 21. He got the numbers mixed up.
Sane at 21 had 10 goals, 15 assists.
Why is Savio being?
We played a different way than Cade. We don't play the same way anymore. Disgrace from everyone.
I'm about to consider you a troll, man. You're just a troll. That's what I'm about to
going to win the league. Why is it? Oh, I had to check. It's 26th of October, mate. Right. Well, we'll wrap up in a minute. Anything else you want to say apart from Pep out, players out, everyone out? Oh, everyone's shit again. We're going back to 1 in 16.
Just to correct Cade very quickly. I'm looking at the stats here. Sane had 20 GA in 2021, and also at 16-17 he had 15 GA. So I don't get your point there, to be honest.
Savio's coming to a completely different team. That's the other thing. Like Sane, especially that season, where them stats have been referred to, 17-18. Come on, that was a very stable City team. That was prime David Silva, prime De Bruyne. We're not that same team, and I'm not on City and say I think Savinho would have done just as well as Sane if he was in that team. However, he would have brought better stats from him if he was in a more stable team that wasn't in transition. But also, anyone that's saying that we were shit, I will say one thing: if we were shit and we've only lost 1-0 at Villa Park, we've done pretty damn good. Well,
Robbie Fowler was better than Doku and Savinho. Did you watch Robbie Fowler for Manchester City, Mr. H?
Let me ask you guys a question.
Because Robbie Fowler was never good at City. He was never good at Manchester City. So, Mr. H, I don't know what you're talking about there.
What do you guys want to see against Swansea? What do you guys want to see against Swansea?
Rotate everybody.
Yeah.
It's again. I'd go with what we did at Huddersfield.
Yep.
I'd play Oscar Bob. I'd play Trafford. I'd play Rico Lewis.
I'd play Mamouche as well.
Mamouche, Cherky, let them all roll out. Let them have some minutes.
I'd know he.
Ain't Nora play Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it is. Can't remember some going. Can't believe Martin Arsenal are going to win the league. Yeah, we've already done that one.
How many times have we heard that one? How
We
many
want
times
to
have
see
we fallen
Kirker.
last 2 weeks?
But anyway, listen, guys, it's 1 defeat in 10. I get people are angry. I get people are upset. But let's not do the baby out with the bathwater. If we start losing 2 and then 3, then 4, yes, then we've got a problem again. But it's October. Nothing is won. Arsenal are a very good team, and if they win the league, they win the league. But City will challenge for this league. It was a bad day, wrong choices, we move. But this scapegoating and putting polls out to go after people, seriously, give your head a fucking wobble. Give your head a wobble. Yeah. It was a bad day at the office. We move on. Congratulations to Villa. It's done. But don't start looking. I said this weeks ago. Don't look at the table then. Don't look at the table now. The table shouldn't be looked at till December, January time. Jesus. Matt Allen said this was coming big time. You laughed, Martin, and I'll still laugh now, mate. But anyway, Ed, final thoughts, mate?
My final thought is that we just go again on Tuesday. You know, I want to see some players fight for some of their positions the following week. And, you know, in these type of losses, our players just have to have short memories, right? Our players have to move on to the next game and realize, you know, what's at stake and that the levels need to raise. I think Bernardo's comments were spot on. You know, Bernardo spoke a lot about our defending at times. Against set pieces and different actions, especially in the press. So the players know, the Pep knows what was wrong today. We just need to get back to the drawing board and get back to what was successful, what we saw when those subs came back on.
Yep. Sports talk.
Look, we've lost a game, like we said earlier. We lost a game every season that we've lost, that we ended up winning the title. So you know what? If it's a good omen for us, why not? Come on. I don't mind losing another one this season if it means that we get the trophy at the end of the season. But yeah, it's 9 games in. We shouldn't have to keep telling everyone it's 9 games into the season. But unfortunately, Martin, you'll know better than me. You're on the YouTube quite a lot, and you know how it is. We have to keep reminding people and stating the obvious, unfortunately. But here we are.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. It is what it is. Spartacus.
I think this was all on Donnarumma. I'm kidding.
Really wouldn't today, mate. For your own sanity, I wouldn't.
Now, I just think it was a bad day at the office at the end of the day. Pep got it wrong. This will happen. People get things wrong. It can't be right all the time, but we move. Let's hope he fixes things up for next game. That's all there is to it.
Right. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. I'm on Footy Judge Mo at 2 p.m. So come and give us follow on there. Not going to do anything tomorrow night. No point. I'm going to have a... Last week, I was knackered. We'll try and do a daily news at some point within the day. That'll be out. But yeah, this is going to take you over to True City Fan TV. So I want you to put Manquay Raid in the chat. And you never know, I might even go and join them myself. But yeah, Manquay Raid in the chat when you get over there. Big up everyone. Smash them likes. City till we die. It's 1 loss. All on Pep. We move. He'll learn. But anyway, big up everyone. Take care. And as always, up the fucking Blues. Take care.